Yeah, it's not really shocking, is it? Yo, what's up everybody? This is Junior Chicken here, counting down my top 10 favorite electric type Pokemon. Electric type Pokemon designs are mainly based off of animals or mythological creatures with lightning motifs, or real life electricity concepts that we have in the real world. A lot of electric type Pokemon are usually the sweeper type with really high speed and attack, but some frail defenses. Most electric type moves are mainly attacks that harness or release electricity as a means of harming the enemy. Electric attacks also have a chance to cause paralysis. This cuts a Pokemon's speed in half and has a chance to prevent that Pokemon from using a move during a turn. The electric type, however, has one mortal weakness, that being the ground type. Not only are electric types weak to ground attacks, but ground Pokemon are completely immune to electric attacks. Electric attacks also don't do much against grass and dragon types, but electric type attacks are still super effective against water and flying types. Those two are very abundant within the Pokemon games, so you can see why electric attacks are fairly useful. In fact, electric type Pokemon are actually pretty cool in my eyes sometimes. And here are the top 10 that I think are the coolest. Once again, same rules and criteria apply when grading these Pokemon on this countdown. But I'll also be throwing in that there are no Alola Pokemon on this countdown, mainly because Alola is still a fairly new region and I'd rather not dive into there until I've finished Pokemon Sun and really got to discover all the Pokemon in there. That will apply until further notice, so let's get to it with my top 10 favorite electric Pokemon. It's kind of weird that I finally decided to put a Johto Legendary Beast on a Pokemon countdown. I don't really care that much for Entei and Suicune, but Raikou is kind of the coolest of the bunch. Maybe because it didn't have its own movie in Generation 2, or just it has a cooler design as such, but yeah, still doesn't quite crack that high in my favorites, but still, Raikou's pretty cool, I guess.
I think the main reason why Raikou is my favorite out of the legendary beasts is because it's actually pretty reminiscent of a saber-toothed tiger, whereas the other two legendary beasts don't really have a creature I can tie them to. Also, it pulls off the thundercloud motif pretty well. I'm also a big fan of the whole evolution resurrection theory, so I'd like to believe that Raikou is just a better version of Jolteon. Stat-wise, it has great special attack, special defense, and speed, making it a great specialist or special sweeper, kinda like Jolteon. Fun fact, did you know that before Generation 7, Raikou's hidden ability was Volt Absorb, the same as Jolteon's regular ability? Unfortunately, Generation 7 changed that to Inner Focus. In terms of move pool, Raikou does have a larger type coverage than Jolteon. Of course, it can learn the standard electric special moves such as Discharge, Thunderbolt, and Volt Switch, but it can also learn extra sensory naturally. Besides Shadow Ball and Hidden Power, it can learn Snarl, and of course it can learn Signal Beam through the move tutor. Raikou also learns Reflect and Light Screen to boost its defenses, and Calm Mind to make it an even bigger threat in the special department. Unfortunately, unless you have a Water, Grass, or Ice type Hidden Power, you don't really have anything against ground types. Or you could have been lucky enough to download the shiny legendary beast during a distribution in Generation 4, which allowed you to get a Raikou with Weather Ball and Aura Sphere, which combined with Raiden Dance can give you a water type move to take care of ground types. I guess that Raikou is in kind of the same bus as Kyogre in that I do appreciate the power and prowess it gives off, but it doesn't appeal to me too much compared to other electric types. But hey, it's still a great saber-toothed tiger to roam the field and zap your opponents with. Ah, Luxray, I wish I could put you much higher, but unfortunately, I've realized that you're not quite as good as I'd like you to be. Don't get me wrong, your design being based off the Lynx is pretty damn cool, and your abilities aren't too bad either. Intimidate to lower the opponent's attack stat, or Guts to boost your own attack with a stats affliction. Your stat distribution could be much better. With such a killer attack stat, why does your special attack have to be your second highest stat at only 95? This only gives you about an okay bit of defense and very low speed compared to the high standards of electric types. Your natural move pool and TMs aren't too high either. You do have great physical electric attacks with Spark, Thunder Fang, and Wild Charge, and you even got Bite and Crunch in for dark type physical moves. But in order to learn more type coverage, you have to go to a move tutor or get breed a new Shinx. At least you can get a chance to pass down Night Slash, Ice Fang, and Fire Fang to your newborn Shinx. Or you can take yourself to a move tutor and learn Iron Head or Superpower, which is also pretty useful. Now don't get me wrong, Luxray still has plenty of power, but you'll probably want to find some way to manage the speed on the field if you want to use it competitively. I just hope someday it gets a regional form or a Mega Evolution that makes it Dark type. That's all I'm asking for. Now here is the perfect Pokemon to embody the concept of magnetism. Of course, Magnezone is the fully evolved form of the Magnemite line, which you get from evolving Magneton in a magnetic field area within the game. Therefore, it is an electric steel type, which may be a bit more of a disadvantage because now it's weak to fire and fighting type attacks, and now has a deadly weakness to ground attacks. It does have some pretty solid stats with high defense and special attack, and decent special defense. Sure, it's slow, but that's expected from a steel type. It also has the sturdy ability, which not only leaves it with 1 HP and the possibility that attack will knock it out, but it also negates one-hit kill attacks. Thank Arceus for that. And for stabs, all it really needs is Flash Cannon and a wide range of electric special attacks, including Zap Cannon, which paralyzes instantly with 120 base power, but only 50% accuracy. Thankfully, it can learn Lock On to fix that. But aside from Signal Beam, which it can learn through the move tutor, that's the only type coverage it has. Electric, Steel, Bug, Normal, and whatever hidden power it has. And while it can mitigate weaknesses with Magnet Rise, Rain Dance, Reflect, and Light Screen, it doesn't have anything to get rid of them completely, unless you're lucky enough to get a super effective hidden power, of course. Despite all that, Magnezone's whole concept as a magnetic UFO with strong stats and even more solid stabs is too great to not make it on this list. I mean, who doesn't like magnets, besides the insane clown posses, of course. What do you know? A member from a legendary trio makes it on the countdown again. I guess the electric types are the ones that really stand out. In terms of Zapdos, it has one of the more over-the-top yet really awesome designs that really embodies an electric bird. Out of all 3 legendary birds, I'm pretty sure that most will agree that Zapdos is by far the best in terms of design and battle capabilities.
Guess what team I'm gonna be on when I get Pokemon Go?
What? You haven't gotten Pokemon Go yet?
Hey, I'm waiting on the Generation 2 DLC.
If you want a special sweeper, Zapdos definitely fits the bill with high special attack and speed. Its other stats aren't too bad either. And because it's electric flying, it doesn't just cancel out the ground weakness like Galvantula and Rotom-Mow. Zapdos is completely immune to ground attacks. Sure, it has an ice and rock weakness, but it isn't too big of a deal since they do take damage from electric attacks. Once again, Zapdos has a wide range of special electric type attacks, but surprisingly no special flying type attacks. Or at least, it could learn Air Cutter in Generation 4, but not anymore. But then again, it can learn Heat Wave, so that does take care of Grass and Bug types. It can also learn Signal Beam through the move tutor, Ancient Power naturally, and of course Hidden Power. Most competitive users carry Hidden Power of Ice, but personally I prefer Fighting or Steel, because they both take care of Zapdos' weaknesses. Nevertheless, Zapdos does have some supportive moves like Thunder Wave, Charge to boost electric attacks and special defense, Detect, Agility, Light Screen, Rain Dance, Tailwind to boost the team speed, and Roost to recover health and shed the flying type for 1 turn. What else can I really say? Zapdos is a strong and unique legendary Pokemon that is aged pretty well these days, and is definitely not losing its jolt anytime soon.
Do Pokemon dream of electric sheep? This is probably Harrison Ford's favorite Pokemon.
Despite Pikachu being the mascot, most devoted Pokemon trainers will point to this guy as their favorite electric type. Ampharos's concept actually makes a lot of sense when you consider the fact that woolly material often builds up static. It's also a pretty helpful Pokemon considering that it's used in lighthouses as a beacon for lost people or as a way of sending messages, according to the Pokédex. Just like Meganium, Ampharos is designed much differently from other electric types. It's meant to be a more durable Pokemon with slow speed. That's why it has decent HP, defense, and special defense, but only a speed stat of 55. But it does have a solid 115 special attack stat, giving it plenty of power nonetheless. It probably benefits the most from having Thunder Wave in its arsenal, and it also has the static ability, which has a chance of paralyzing those who touch Ampharos. It can also boost its defenses even higher with moves like Charge, Light Screen, and Cotton Guard. As expected, it can learn a wide range of special electric type attacks, but it also has a few weird moves in its arsenal, those being Signal Beam, Power Gem, Focus Blast through a TM, and even Dragon Pulse. But then again, it's probably because it did get a Mega Evolution in Generation 6. But even those moves don't give you anything to directly take on ground types, other than a Grass, Water, or Ice hidden power. Regardless, Ampharos is definitely a great detour from the fast and frail electric types you usually see. It's pretty adorable too. Now, back to fast and frail, we have Heliolisk. Heliolisk has definitely become a big fan favorite in the 6th generation. Though unlike Talonflame and Greninja, whose popularity comes from reused design choices and overrated abilities, Heliolisk is actually pretty unique, being based off the Frill Neck Lizard, and it's an electric normal type. Its stats aren't the best though. It does have high special attack and speed, and okay special defense, but that's all it's got. Its abilities, however, each cater to a different weather condition. Solar power makes it more powerful in the sun, Sand Veil raises its evasiveness in sandstorms, and my favorite, Dry Skin, allows it to recover health in the rain and from water attacks. Along with plenty of special electric type attacks, it also has Parabolic Charge, which is a spread move that drains HP from the opponents. For normal special attacks, it can learn Razor Wind and Hyper Voice, but then you get to its type coverage and it's pretty damn sweet. You got Grass Knot, which instantly gives you something to go up against ground types, Dark Pulse and Focus Blast, Signal Beam and Dragon Pulse through the move tutor, and Surf, which is why Dry Skin is my favorite ability from Heliolisk. This Pokemon is the perfect teammate for a rain-based team, and also works as a great way of countering a rain-based team.
Run.
Now it's time for the electric eel Pokemon Electros. Man, Electros is something else. For one thing, it's the only Pokemon evolution chain that has no weaknesses. When other Pokemon try to get rid of the ground type weakness, it comes with extra baggage. However, with Electros, it has the Levitate ability, thus it doesn't have to use an air balloon, which could be replaced with a better item, it doesn't have to waste a move slot with Magnet Rise, and it doesn't get any additional weaknesses with a secondary typing. That's all in all what makes it a great Pokemon. It also has high attack, high special attack, slow speed, but decent HP and defenses, making it more of a durable attacker rather than a supporter like Ampharos. Speaking of attacks, it has a huge array of attacks at its disposal, giving it humongous type coverage. You got electric type attacks like Discharge, Wild Charge, Volt Switch, and Thunderbolt. Then you got Grass Knot, Giga Drain, and Aqua Tail to cover ground types, U-Turn, Signal Beam, Fire Punch, Flamethrower, Bounce, and Acrobatics to take care of grass types, and Dragon Claw, Dragon Tail, and Outrage to take care of the overpowered dragon types. Your best option is probably going the physical route, giving Electros 3 physical attacks and Coil. Coil boosts attack, defense, and accuracy, making it more durable, more powerful, and more likely to hit low accuracy moves. Sure, Electros' slow speed may mean it will be taking the first hit for most turns, but it definitely will retaliate back with great force.
I try to think of myself as an optimist, someone who tries to better things for the future, someone who tries to believe in good things, you know? So it's only fitting that I have this legendary Pokemon as one of my favorites, that being Zekrom.
Look at this beast. Look at this majestic and menacing black dragon, and don't tell me you aren't impressed. It's got some sick-ass wings, a generator tail, and it can generate blue electricity that radiates through its body, and it's green in its shiny form. Hot damn! And its 680 base stat total is just ridiculous, with its ridiculously killer attack stat, high defense, special attack, defense, and HP. It's also got the ability Terra Volt, which is pretty much a fancy version of Mold Breaker. And as a dragon electric type, it may have 4 weaknesses, but that just means it's going to be spamming outrages, tearing your opponents to bits. It also has 2 physical electric signature moves, those being Bolt Strike and Fusion Bolt. It doesn't just stop there either. It has some pretty good type coverage of moves like Zen Headbutt, Stone Edge, Crunch, Shadow Claw, and Steel Wing. Still isn't enough to cover all its weaknesses, but I'm pretty sure that an Outrage or a Bolt Strike would be something most Pokemon would not want to take. Despite Zekrom being a deadly awesome Pokemon, it just feels like cheating putting it any higher, especially with how ridiculously good its base stat distribution is. So I'm just gonna leave it at number 3. Hopefully these next 2 Pokemon will still be worth your while. Ah, Pikachu. You get so much attention. Game Freak just loves to shower you with love. You're in every single spin-off game, usually as the main star. You've lost quite a bit of weight over the years. You're constantly getting clones of you every generation, and you even got cosplay treatment in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. While I admit your beauty costume does give you a pretty awesome attack, get a Thunderstone! That's right, Raikou is the runner-up for my favorite electric-type Pokemon. And it's really self-explanatory. Anything Pikachu can do, Raikou can do better. Pikachu has Static and Lightning Rod as abilities. So does Raikou. Pikachu can learn a wide range of electric attacks. So can Raikou. Pikachu can be bred to learn Volt Tackle. So can Raikou. Pikachu can learn Surf in the Johto games. So can Raikou. Yeah, but if you give Pikachu the Light Ball, it doubles his attack and special attack, making him a great offensive force. Wait, are you for real here? Raikou can easily surpass that with a choice item or a life form. Good to know your stats there. Back to the issue at hand, Raikou is designed a lot like other electric types, with weak defense and HP but really high speed, and decent attack and special attack. You can make it either a mixed, physical, or special sweeper if you'd like. Just like Ampharos, it can learn the static ability, which can paralyze those who touch Raikou, or it can have the hidden ability Lightning Rod, which draws in electric attacks to boost its special attack. And while some electric attacks do need to be inherited from Pikachu, the basic stuff can be taught through TMs. Depending on what move category you want to side with, you can go the physical route with stabs like Wild Charge and Volt Tackle, which is basically a more powerful Wild Charge, Brick Break, Dig to face other electric types, Thunder Punch, Fake Out, Iron Tail, Focus Punch, and Knockoff. Whereas for special attacks, you got stabs like Thunderbolt, Thunder, Charge Beam, and Volt Switch. You got Focus Blast, Grass Knot to take care of ground types, Hidden Power, Echoed Voice, and Signal Beam. Give it Nasty Plot, and you've got yourself a great special sweeper with decent type coverage and speed. Now, if only it could still learn Surf, then maybe it would be number 1. Hey, at least it can still learn Grass Knot and a possible hidden power of Ice to take on all its weaknesses. And if you'd like, you can even throw some tricks around with moves like Substitute, Swagger, Encore, and Helping Hand.
Even putting my love for the Alolan Raikou to the side because I'm not allowed to talk about Alolan Pokemon in these countdowns yet, Raikou is just a better Pikachu. That's all there really is to it. It's nice to see that YouTubers like Jaywitz and CJS001 are sympathizing with me in that they feel Raikou deserves more attention.
Electivire! Ah, man. Electivire is just one crazy awesome Pokemon, even with its complicated evolution process. Truth be told, I am a big fan of the full Electivire chain. Its baby form Elekid is a freaking plug-in. Electabuzz is a pretty crazy awesome Pokemon too, but then you get Electivire, who's the real deal. He really breaks the mold when it comes to electric types, being a pure physical attacker. Yeah, his special attack isn't too bad, but his attack stat of 123 is just plain better. Sure, he has weak physical defense, but hey, he's an electric type, and while he's not the fastest electric type out there, he can learn Motor Drive as an ability. This boosts his speed whenever he is hit by an electric attack. And while he may only have Thunder Punch and Wild Charge for physical stabs, he is the only electric type to learn Earthquake. Well, besides that load of crap, he's almost like the perfect electric type counter other than a ground type. Speaking of ground types, you can breed Electivire to learn Ice Punch, giving you plenty of coverage against certain ground types. The rest of the physical attacks you want to teach it are up to you. He's still got plenty of physical attacks, including Fire Punch to take care of grass types, Rock Slide, Dual Chop to take care of dragons, Iron Tail, and a surprising amount of fighting type moves as well. You got Brick Break in there, Power Up Punch, Cross Chop, Karate Chop, etc. No wonder Electivire is my favorite electric type Pokemon. It's just so unique and stands out compared to the mixed and special attackers amongst the electric types in the Pokemon universe. No matter how electrifying his peers may be, in my eyes, none of them can steal Electivire's thunder.
I actually avoid an attack. This is fantastic. Wow, I'm so excited right now. This is amazing. That mattered a lot.
Thank you for watching this Pokemon Countdown. If you'd like to check out a previous Pokemon Countdown on one of the starter types, they're right here in the end screen. Next up is my favorite Ice-type Pokemon, so hope you're looking forward to that. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you later with my next video.